To understand the concepts of statistical inference, such as p-values, null distribution, confidence intervals, we need to understand what a random variable is. To do that, we're going to use a computer simulation using the example that we have looked at before, which are the mouse weights. So we're going to load up that data again and create the two groups. We have treatment and control, high fat and chow diets, 12 mice for each. And we already saw that if we compare the means of those two groups, they are different, with the high fat group having more or higher weights. So we can see that here, and you can see that the difference is 3 grams. Now in science, we have to be skeptics, and we have to ask ourselves, this difference, is it really due to the different diet, or is it something else? Is it just chance? Is it just that we happen to get 12 mice that were heavier? That is where the concept of a random variable is going to help us. So in this data set, for this particular example, we have something that we very rarely or never have in real situations, which is access to the entire population of mice that is available from Jackson Laboratories. We have their weights. So we can show you that, show you the entire population of the controls, for example. So here, this file control population, I'm going to read it in and call it population, includes about 200 plus mice that encompasses the entire simulation, the entire population of control mice. So we can see that if you just type it, you can just see there's 225 numbers. Now, this is a data frame. I want to turn it into a numeric vector. So to do that, I'm going to use onList, which we've seen before. I don't want it to be a data frame. There it is. Okay. Now, so what do we mean by a random variable? Let's see it happen right in front of us. So there's a function in R that if you give it a list of numbers, it'll take a random sample of whatever size you want. It's called a sample function. So I can type sample population, comma 12. I'm going to take 12 mice. Now I'm going to get a set of 12 different control mice. All right, so if I compute the mean of those 12, now it's 24.7. Now, what was it before? It was 23 something. Let's look at it again. 23.8, and the treatments were 26.8. So if we do this over and over again, every time we get a different number because it's a different random sample, and we get a different mean. Now, this is where statistical inference is going to help us answer questions related to the scientific question: is it high fat? Was it the high fat diet that made the difference, or was it was it just due to chance? So here we have seen how a random variable fluctuates. Again, because we have access to the entire population, we can simulate the situation on the computer and actually see the random variable occurring and occurring again. In practice, when you do an experiment, you get your 12 mice, and that's all that you get to see. However, you have to remember that you could have seen another 12, so you should be thinking of those 12 and the mean of those 12 as a random variable. In the next video, we're going to show you how we can start answering that question: can we see a difference of 3 by chance? That's what we're going to do next. We're going to construct a null distribution based on these random variables.